Hi, my name's Toby Wardman. I work for SAPEA, which is part of the European Commission's scientific advice mechanism. So the EU legislative process is quite large and complicated and has various institutions involved, and all of those institutions have various ways to get science advice into them. So for the European Commission, there is the Joint Research Centre, which is part of the European Commission and directly employs scientists. It also has a scientific advice mechanism, which is a more independent outside body where commissioners can ask questions and get straightforward answers. The European Parliament has its own science advice service, and the Council of Ministers, which join the European Parliament to make these decisions, is made up of ministers from national governments who themselves have their own science advice services back home. So I think I'd give 3 tips to researchers who are interested in policy engagement. The first is to say, know your audience and their priorities. Researchers are often very deeply buried in their own research areas, but when you come to talk to an outside audience, and especially policymakers who are very busy, make sure you know what they're working on, what questions they're dealing with, and how your research can help them. And that leads to my second tip, which is to be solutions-oriented. It's very common in science and research to be focused on problems and understanding problems and dealing with them. But policymakers don't have time for that. They need to know solutions. So if you can go to a policymaker not with a broad outline of what's interesting in your field, but with an understanding of here's a problem I know you're facing, and ideally here's how my research can help you address it, then great. My third tip is a bit more practical. It's simply to say, don't do it alone. Wherever you work, in a university or an institution, you will have professionals there who can help you communicate with policymakers. Use them. They have the skills and so on that can help you really reach the right people at the right time.